On the morning of November 1st, 1755, Lisbon looked like one of Europe's most beautiful and powerful cities. Across the city, thousands gathered inside churches for All Saints' Day. Candles burned, prayers rose, and stone walls seemed to promise safety. Outside, ordinary life continued with the confidence of routine. Markets opened, carriages rolled over stone streets, and the city moved as if history had no intention of interrupting it. Then came the first sign. A tremor, small enough to confuse the senses, but strong enough to stop people mid-prayer. For a moment, no one fully understood whether the danger was real. Seconds later, the city convulsed. The earthquake hit with terrifying force, shaking Lisbon so violently that stone churches, palaces, and homes began to fail almost at once. Outside, streets became traps. Walls collapsed into alleys, roofs fell without warning, and people who escaped one building often found themselves surrounded by another falling apart. The destruction was not isolated. Across Lisbon, entire districts were damaged within moments. A city that had taken centuries to build was being broken faster than anyone could comprehend. Many ran toward the waterfront, believing open ground near the river would offer safety. It was a natural instinct to escape collapsing buildings and move toward the wide open edge of the city. Then the river began to behave strangely. The water pulled away from the shore, exposing the riverbed and leaving boats tilted in the mud. To many watching, it must have seemed impossible. What they did not know was that the earthquake had triggered a tsunami. The water that had withdrawn was returning with enormous force, and the people gathered near the shore had almost no time to react. The waves struck the harbor with devastating power, throwing ships into the city, crushing docks, and turning the place people had chosen for safety into another zone of destruction. In minutes, Lisbon had suffered two disasters. First, the earth had broken the city. Then the sea had entered it, carrying away what the falling stone had left behind. But the catastrophe was still not finished. Across the ruined city, fallen candles, broken hearths, and damaged structures began feeding a new enemy. Fire began to spread through the wreckage. With streets blocked, water systems damaged, and people exhausted, flames moved through Lisbon as if the city had been prepared for them.
By night, Lisbon no longer looked like a capital. It looked like a burning wound beside the river, a city struck by earth, drowned by water, and consumed by fire.
The disaster destroyed more than buildings. Palaces, libraries, records, art, and treasures vanished in the flames, erasing parts of Portugal's memory along with its architecture. Those who survived faced a world of grief and uncertainty. Thousands were homeless, families were separated, and the living had to search for order in a city where almost every familiar landmark had been changed.
Order the troops to clear the rubble. We must secure the roads for relief.
Yes, my lord. The fires in the east, contain them. The people are in despair, Marquis.
We act now.
The response was harsh, practical, and urgent. Rubble had to be cleared, disease prevented, food distributed, and the city made governable again before despair became another disaster. Out of destruction came one of the most important rebuilding efforts in European history. Lisbon would not simply be restored. With wider street sign, stronger planning, the rebuilt city became a symbol of Enlightenment order, shaped by reason, engineering, and the painful lesson that beauty without resilience can become dangerously fragile. The disaster also shook the mind of Europe. Philosophers, scientists, and theologians struggled to explain how such suffering could strike on a holy day in a city full of prayer. What made Lisbon unforgettable was not only the earthquake, it was the sequence: shaking earth, rising sea, spreading fire. Today, Lisbon stands rebuilt and alive, but the memory of 1755 remains beneath its streets. It changed architecture, science, faith, and the way Europe thought about disaster itself.
And that is why the Lisbon earthquake still matters, not only as one of history's great disasters, but as the day a city learned a single morning, earth, sea, and fire could work. Subscribe for more historical stories.